You want to do the intro?
No.
Okay.
Don't put
Quiet on the set. David. We're starting in 5, 4. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Nico here, and this is your second favorite podcast episode 23. Girlfriend already dropped off her headphones because this about to be on fire. I'm loud outside of the mic and on the mic.
All right.
Let's go. Another great episode. We're about to get on episode 25 in a couple episodes from now. But this is 23. Yeah, the lucky number 23.
We're triplets.
You know that's good luck when your episode falls under the age you are.
Third time's the charm. 23.
I was mad I wasn't really able to add that sound effect. Sometimes these videos are starting to see that we're getting closer and closer.
To what?
In general. Yeah, in general. To each other. So yours mic holds up, mine doesn't.
Speaking of closer and closer, I want to talk about anniversaries. What's the point? Is there a point? Is there not a point?
Stay tuned after the commercial breaks.
Are you going to do it?
I don't know. I'm thinking about eventually doing that for these podcasts.
Okay.
Since I do advertisement for this podcast, and it's like, why not?
You know, when I don't be wanting to like just jump into the podcast, but when I do it, I be wanting to record something else after. Is that how you be? You be on a high of recording?
Yeah. I wish I could stay on that sometimes.
That's good. That's nice.
Mm-hmm. It's good and nice. It's geis. Or it's nud. You ain't got anything you want to talk about, BBB?
I want to talk about anniversaries. Google
anniversaries.
The definition of
define anniversaries.
Yeah,
I got you.
Before we take it apart, we got to define
the
word.
Just the word.
And put into effect all of the
variables?
Symbolism behind it.
Breaking news. I'm not that. I'm just not. I'm too lazy to edit stuff like that in my videos. But breaking news. Just imagine it being there. If I did, then good job to me. Anniversary.
Yeah, okay.
Definition is the date on which an event took place in a previous year.
See, it's always a year. So y'all can't do that 3-month anniversary.
Oh, yeah, I remember those times.
Or 1 week. We've been together for a whole... Oh, this is only relating to relationships, not like work-related or you had your dog for a year.
Oh, you talking about like that?
Yeah.
Well, you can celebrate that.
That's not what I'm talking about.
It's like a birthday.
Those are different things, but...
Yeah, that's not what you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
That's not what we're focusing on today.
Right. Talking about the human aspect of the metaphorical
symbolism of it all.
Metaphorical symbolism of the artifacts of...
You know, that's what I was thinking when I was writing my paper. I was like, you could put a bunch of big words together, and it could sound like something, but it's nothing.
That is great, though.
That's what I did with my thesis statement. She said, it's a great thesis. All I did was put a bunch of words together just to say that Judaism, Christianity, and Islam are all considered holy books. Religions of the book. Something like that.
I like to imagine that your quote has a lot of dots in between it.
I do that in my text.
They'd be like,
so it's dot.
It's like, why is this in the air quote? Why is this quoted?
Who knows? All right.
Go ahead.
I thought she was going to say it.
She did. She just said it.
No, like the whole definition.
Anniversary.
There you go.
Oh.
Yeah.
I heard
nice
that.
and crispy.
Yeah.
Is she going to? I think I could make her say it. Nope, can't do it. All right, what you gonna say about it, babe?
Well, what I say in the beginning? Is it necessary? Is it not? Was it done?
Is it necessary to celebrate it?
Yes.
I guess it depends.
Is it okay, on a level of an anniversary, Is it Valentine's Day is here and the anniversary is up there?
In my opinion, yeah.
In your opinion. Okay. So, do you feel like for an anniversary, is it you having to step up a notch every anniversary, or you feel like
it's I ain't gonna say implied, but it should be a thing. You should try to step up each year.
Mm-hmm.
But you treat it like I think of Valentine's Day. Don't wait till the day of to do something big, you know. But then it'll make whomever you're with appreciate the little things when you can just have one anniversary where y'all just don't do nothing. Like maybe that's what you're celebrating your relationship, and whatever that means to y'all, that's what you do. If y'all rock climb every year and y'all just rock climb every year, there's nothing bigger than the one before. It's just what y'all do.
Yeah, basically, don't let the clout distract you from the relationship purpose and whatever. That was so sweet of you, though.
What?
That was a good answer.
That
was a sweet answer.
I wish my teachers knew that. I don't do good answers. It's always, oh, well, no, Nick, that wasn't the right answer. I've always been wrong on tests. Go ahead. Don't get too personal. We're great. What you think about anniversaries, though?
It's a nice idea. It's a nice idea. It's a nice feeling. It's nice to know that you have one to look forward to. Oh, you made 3 rings like in the Olympics. That looks just like the Olympics. I wish I could show y'all.
3?
Isn't it 3?
It's 5.
It's 5. Ooh.
They got these 2 at the bottom.
Hey. It's too close together, but hey.
They do.
No one can see it. We can't get off topic.
Okay.
But I don't know. Explaining it isn't how I feel about it, so it's hard.
Speak with your heart,
I feel
babe.
all bubbly about anniversaries.
Really?
Yeah.
You said that. I'm thinking that you need champagne.
You want a scrapbook? So we just do just for anniversaries?
Scrapbook for anniversaries. What is scrapbooking?
What is scrapbooking? Now you gave him something to Google with, and now
you're
gonna Google everything.
That's what I try to do.
I remember back in my day, we didn't have all that.
You need to know.
Yep, we have all that. We could Google.
Your brain was Google.
Wikipedia.
You know what? On the topic of when telling somebody what they're doing, you know, people say, "Oh, Google it," even though you can be on any other search engine, but that just means search it up. Like I had word transfer and just searching something up. How that did that, Google did that, obviously with the searching, and then iPods. Any MP3 player was considered an iPod. It was like, no, that's not an iPod. It's an MP3 player.
Was that an iPod?
Yeah. Well, get your iPod. I don't have an iPod. I have an MP3 player, but you know what I meant. It's just funny how things transcends to just being the norm to say, and that's not exactly what the definition is. Because you don't hear nobody calling it a Zune. You gotta do Zoom. Get your or like an I was about to say iPhones, but I think iPhones kind of they have their own definition. Like you don't say iPhone just for talking about your cell phone.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
They
Replace.
Most people say smartphone.
Yeah.
And I don't like that.
Yeah.
Say a phone.
Yeah, because it's so normal now. It used to be, building up just like smart TVs. Like, smart TV. It's like now it's just kind of a TV because most TVs do this now, except for like the standard ones, but they don't. But it's funny when people refer to them and they're like, "Oh, it's just basically that's just like a monitor." It's like this is what TV was supposed to be, a big monitor. If anything, I guess. I guess a monitor is supposed to be like a small TV. I feel like that came first.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that it all on your anniversary?
No. What the heck is a general store?
Okay. Before we get into that, I know I'm mad at myself editing this. Scrapbook is the activity or hobby of making scrapbooks. That annoys me. That definition is just like
no word in the definition.
Yeah, but I get the scrapbooking. I had to make sure I knew exactly what scrapbooking was. Like some people,
it's putting pictures in a book, right?
Yeah, basically. What did you say?
What the heck is a general store?
That's a general store.
That's what
in my funny way of thinking things. A general store is a store that has general things, like a Dollar General.
Yes. Let me know. Is that the same? Is Dollar General and a general store the same? Because I feel like when you go in Dollar General, yeah, you find clothes. Yeah, you get toothpaste. But is it really the same? Who blowing me up? I don't think so. I think a general store is more like.
He said a general
I'm
store.
I'm gonna find a table in there.
A store typically in a small town selling a wide variety of goods.
Yeah.
Is this the episode we Google everything?
No.
Just
I don't know.
Just one of my working topics. One of my working titles. You okay?
Yes.
I didn't ask you how you was doing. How you doing?
You so sweet. I got a good one, y'all. Ding.
Ding. I like when I'm looking at this back and I'm just watching you staring. I'm just staring at you, just doing your weird thing.
It's cute. I'm cute.
I'm
good. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
That's great.
I'm wonderfully well.
We had fun today and yesterday. Just being together, just chilling, being friends. Just being friends. Y'all thought we was together. We not together. We just good friends.
Just good.
We just
wow. What a plot twist. We just been friends this whole time.
We get that all the time that people say we together. We're not together. We're just great. Nicholas got put in the friend zone.
I couldn't imagine. I was thinking about that the other day about like if I was doing a podcast, who else would I do it with? Mm-hmm. But obviously, it's not like a person. But I'm thinking like in general, who could I do? Could I do a podcast with a girl I'm not really with? I could.
Comment below if you would accept a podcast with another female.
Oh, just have another host.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would be so jealous.
Really?
I'm not even about to lie to you.
Just watching us our chemistry. She had me cracking.
She could be
She laughing at my jokes. I'm laughing at hers.
And she could be very good at speaking. She could be into the mic. She could be all into great conversation with you.
Most likely, she'd be the host. I'm just be the guy that just come in every now and then be like, yeah.
I'd be so sad.
Really? What if it's just a different podcast?
That means you switched it up just for her.
No. What if they hired me to be on camera person?
That's different.
Okay, so now it's a job. It's not something I'm just doing.
Yes.
Oh no! Like, what if I had a
hobby that means a lot to you?
If I had somebody that was like, okay, if I wanted to start a podcast where I talk about comic books, superhero stuff, and other random little nostalgic podcasts or something like that, all the stuff I did that.
Okay, that's cool, and I've already told you what women already intimidate me, or I feel is I'm not going to say it on camera, but I've already told you the women who I feel are
right.
What'd I say?
You basically have a problem with
competition.
Yeah, you go.
Who I feel are competition. I already told you. So if they're out of that ballpark group, then we're good.
What if they have a boyfriend?
I don't care.
Okay.
I'm sure she don't care either.
In that field, you can't care about everything because they can't do nothing. The only problem I thought of having a girl that does something is acting, and she does a lot of sex scenes.
Yeah,
I don't know how.
Kissing.
Yeah, like unless I got with you after the fact, don't bother me because I didn't really know you. Mm-hmm. But from now on, I don't think you can. Like I emotionally can't take that.
Just touching.
Just think about like
skin to skin contact.
Just think about like a show like say like Martin, like I was with Gina or something, and like first 2 seasons I wasn't with her, but the 3rd season I'm like, I'm with you now, and you still got all these scenes with her, scenes with Martin, y'all kissing, and sometimes he gets in there, and you be like you doing that junk on purpose. I don't know if I could handle that after the fact. I probably could. I don't know. No, I couldn't. Just thinking about it now, I couldn't. I'm just going to check that box right now.
That's what I cannot handle.
That's what I cannot handle.
Well, I'm not extremely jealous, and I try to put a cap on it. But like I said, when a girl makes you laugh, I get frustrated.
Really? But I laugh a lot though.
But when she's making you laugh or throwing out good jokes that I know you like, God damn it.
Yeah. I be thinking about that. Like, you know, sometimes I pride on being a person that you can be comfortable around. And I don't know if that comes off as being too nice or too flirty.
Some girls could perceive that as you liking them because you're very. Yeah. That actually might be your problem.
Because if you're awkward around me, and I feel awkward around you, and I feel like if I could just break that wall, then we should be good.
I'm trying to think.
That's all right.
Because we had girl.
Yeah.
That sounds funny the way I'm about to say it. We have had other female company that came friends.
Over here, yeah.
Yeah, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't.
For the most part. But if they was by themselves, you couldn't handle a female coming over here for me, and you be here.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. All right. I was trying to.
Yeah.
I didn't understand at first.
I understand.
But just coming, yeah.
Yeah.
Me and Nick are supposed to record.
Yeah.
Who's Nick?
Right.
Nick who?
Now I'm prohibited from collabing with any other female.
Y'all can work with. I'm gonna be sitting right there in the corner.
Taking notes.
I'm just taking notes. Go ahead, girl.
Go ahead. Y'all do your thing. Oh, y'all going outside? Oh, hold on. Let me get my shoes real quick.
You about to walk into the door?
But the thing is,
I got you, girl.
I think like most females like feel like that's a given. Like they feel like you're supposed to be like that. Because when I express that you're not like that, people be like, "What? Really?
Yeah.
She not like that." But I also try not to perceive people as like the extreme. So say like you have a problem with like you don't like light to be annoying. No, she's not going around like, you only turn on these lights. Like she's not doing that. But sometimes when you're telling the story,
like, oh, she must have a dark house.
Yeah.
No.
And you tell stories and you make it sound like it's the extreme because you're like, she doesn't like lights being on. And that's the first thing is like, oh, 100% she doesn't like lights being on. It's like probably 30%, but I notice it. That's it. So I try to narrow it down. Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's how life is, you know. Ain't life just crazy?
Pretty much.
Pretty much. I mean, like, think about it. Let's make crazy an acronym. Critically.
I'm not good with those. What's that?
An acronym?
Oh, acronym. Okay, I got it.
Critically, really, in what word am I doing? Crazy or critical? I started thinking critical. I was like,
I wanted you to do yours. I didn't want to chime in.
Critically, really no. I'm putting myself in a corner. That Y part is going to be the problem. There's no Z words. What the heck? There's no Z words that you can use that's in a normal sentence.
Conditioning, realistic attitudes.
Z.
Zoning.
Oh.
Yearly.
I made that life video. It was so easy to do that.
C is for conditioning. Conditioning yourself to a certain form. R is for realistic. Be realistic in your craziness. What do they are? A, attitude. Your attitude suggests if you're crazy or not. Z, zoning. Zone your area of craziness. Y. What did I say? What was Y?
Don't question yourself. Be yourself.
You say you want to be great. You say you want to get to the next level. Shut up. You talk too much. Get in the lab and let's go to work. This is a lot of yelling.
Good job, babe. I'm proud of you.
That's the acronym for crazy. If you follow those lines, you know if you're crazy or not.
It only makes sense when you did it like that. Because if I tried to make it a sentence, it would have been like, nah. But you just gave it words.
Yeah.
Good job, babe.
Thanks.
I'm proud of you.
As a psychology student, you know, I got to think outside the box.
Don't get too big.
I've been saying that and it just makes people shut up.
Because you're a psychology student. Some people are scared of psychology people.
It shuts people up.
Because people don't like to be tested or be examined.
I've actually heard that.
Yeah.
But now that I'm putting myself in it, like at first I was just like saying it like, oh, I'm just going to school to be a dental hygienist.
A dental hygienist? Oh.
As an example. Giving myself an example. Oh, I'm just going to school to be a dental hygienist. But when you put yourself in that like field, it's like, I'm a dental hygienist, or studying to be a dental hygienist, I've learned that it's easier for me to conduct. Well, it's helping me conduct better conversation with people who feel like they always got to give me their stupid opinion or not suggest things but tell me things.
Right.
Like there's this lady who just tells you stuff. Like, I'm just giving an example. A woman would say, to have a healthy relationship, y'all need to be on the same level spiritually, religiously, whatever.
Of your background music.
Okay. Religiously, spiritually, whatever. And I'm like, are you asking me? I mean, are you telling me or suggesting this to me? She was telling me. That was like the only way to have a. That's distracting.
Sorry.
That's distracting.
Dang it.
She was telling me that that's the only way to have a healthy relationship.
Now,
go.
Only reason why I would think that, because somebody has to be. I feel like, first of all, whoever you're with, if they're strongly religious or strongly spiritual in that aspect, then yeah, it will be a problem because you're looking for that, and that's why people say that. Well, that's why I think people will say that.
But you suggested to me. You don't just tell me.
No, but granted, I don't put that on to people, and I never assumed that you would be on the same level as me. Like, I didn't expect anyone that I would be with. It'd be most of the girls either didn't believe it or they're in another religion. So it's like. But
you wanted it to be some type of important. Like, you didn't want it to be. Just
yeah, of course, because there's so much things that's I'm a part of that I need it to be. Oh, okay. And we're back. Seemed like you were just swatting flies.
Yeah, it is. Being on the same level religiously in a relationship.
Yeah. So I think, if you're that strong about it, then of course you would want whomever you're with to be on that level. Yeah. But to say boldly, no matter what relationship you are in, it's not going to work. No, but it would be a bump in the road. I'm gonna say like a little pothole that could be filled in. It's there, but it's filled in.
What's a hurdle or yeah, no. All right, what's a hurdle in a relationship?
For me?
What's a steep hill?
A hurdle in my relationship for me? A hurdle, I guess. I'm trying to think like in genuine, like how hard it is to actually jump over a hurdle.
It's hard.
It is.
Because you got to get both legs in there and don't drop it.
You wanted to stay in Georgia is a hurdle. It's something that was hard for me to actually let go just because the symbol, like what Georgia symbolizes for me. And it's basically leave my family. And that's a big hurdle. It's a big hurdle. And then what's slope, which means a slope? Yeah. A slope going up or down?
Well, you got to go up it first. No, going down is a breeze.
Some people say a hill because that means you're going up it. Nobody really.
Why would a hill be in the road?
That's what I'm saying. Like when people talk, when I think of a hill, when somebody say, nobody says, when I think of a hill, the first thing I'm thinking, I must be going up it, because why would I be dreading over a hill?
It's a struggle going up it, yeah.
Because going up it. Yeah. But if I can go around the hill.
You can't go around it if you're driving.
You go around the hill? I'm pretty sure there should be a path that can go around the hill. It might take longer. Whatever. That's not the point. You saying going up a slope, or what makes my relationship go down or my relationship go up?
No, you're going too far. Okay. The hurdle, like a bump in the road,
exactly,
is symbolizing a
little problem.
Yeah, a little problem.
Yeah.
A hurdle is a medium problem. The big hill is the big problem.
Big hill, a big problem.
Going up it, yeah.
Us not being able to talk
about anything, like
just not talk to each other about stuff. Like it could be fun things, obviously, but like serious things either. Like you feel like you can't come to me, I'm not reasonable, or I feel like you're not reasonable to talk to, or I feel like I gotta resort to other people to get my problems going on. So it's like that's a problem. No, obviously it happens. You ask for other inputs for things. That's not what I'm mad about. It's when you have a problem with our relationship
and I feel like
you can't talk to me
at all.
Right? Because your girlfriend and his best friend, and it's like you need to be able to know how to go between the two. Like if I'm ever mad at you, I feel like I should be able to go to you as well because I want to resort this. And it's basically you kind of, I don't know. In my mind, I think I'm like, okay, I can be your best friend and kind of stop being your boyfriend for a second and try to get reason out of it. But then sometimes people get stuck in boyfriend mode and they can't get any reason.
Yeah, you got a good balance with that.
Yeah, I try to because I know how I would feel if I was mad about something that I couldn't understand from you. So I try to reason with you. I try to figure out exactly how you're thinking about something and then go up from there. So I have to get away from what I know and what I would do and try to come down. But it's hard not to because you're like, how else would you resolve a problem without putting yourself in it? And if you're like, well, if I was in it, I would have did this. But it's not really you. But you, some way at that point, you're going to have to deal on your own. Whew. I hear myself going through that thing.
Got you winded.
I hear myself doing that.
That's the beauty of the podcast. Woo-hoo.
I think if I didn't hear myself, I wouldn't notice it.
That's true.
But what's your hurdle in mountain?
Well, my bump I used to say that all the time during my last relationship was the bump in the road, and it was mostly his family. So I would say a bump in the road would be family.
That makes sense.
Family issues, like they're saying we shouldn't be together, or they're putting their input in our relationship, stuff like that.
The hurdle?
Hurdle would be, I would say, us not accepting each other. Like trying to change each other, because that is a huge problem for me. Is people.
So sorry.
It's okay. You ain't noticed that you can hear that?
That I was chewing. I didn't.
Yeah. You ain't noticed that?
I'm used to hearing myself chew, so just hearing me chew was not a problem. I forgot I was recording it too. I was like,
like, I thought you heard that when you was first drinking it. Like, yeah, okay.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Always disturbing when it's time for me to talk.
Well, technically, I'm not doing anything, so obviously, I'm trying to keep myself occupied. So I feel weird if I'm just like.
You do look like you're dazing off.
Yeah, but I gotta keep myself moving around just to see. Go ahead.
All right. A hurdle is us not accepting each other. I don't know a good example. Oh, okay. Basically,
that's a hurdle for you?
Was that song? At the end of the day, I am myself to blame. I'm just tripping. You can buy your head from cross.
Does the song have a word?
If you said so, you could buy hard makeup, Mac and A. But if you can look inside you, find out who am I to. It's TLC. Be in a position to make me feel so. Is it called Unpretty?
I don't know. Want to play it?
Yeah, sure.
But you think us not accepting each other would be a hurdle?
Yes, that's a hurdle.
Why would it just be a hurdle?
I can't, because if I was a conforming type of female, I could easily do what you want. Get butt injections, get my boobs done, get some weave if that's what you wanted.
Let's make a disclaimer. I was about to say, because I don't want this.
Oh.
Because you just roll that together. I always do what you want. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, sorry. I didn't say that I ever wanted that. I never said that. What is it? You said
TLC. I think it's Unpretty. I think it's Unpretty from TLC.
Unpretty?
Yeah, it is.
Hey Google, what's the next ingredient?
Okay.
One diced onion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I remember that song though. I remember the song now. Yeah, go ahead.
So basically that type of situation.
If you felt unpretty?
No.
I don't know the lyrics.
Basically, her boyfriend was telling her to get stuff that wasn't her. He wasn't accepting her who she was. He's telling her to get her boobs done, and
that's the
witnessed somebody get an operation. She was very uncomfortable with it.
And that was
she
the
was
heel.
doing it because he wanted it. That's a hurdle. That's a hurdle.
I thought the family was a hurdle.
The family was bumping the road. You never paying attention to me.
No, okay. But you said me not accepting. Oh, that was the whole thing. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right. I'm here. I'm back.
Too busy chewing on that ice.
Too busy chewing on that ice. On that ice.
I can't think of a mountain.
I'm chewing.
Doesn't it have to be something we both want to work out? Or
no, because my heel was. Who was my heel?
You not being able to talk to me.
Yeah. Well, but it's based off our relationship, so yeah.
Okay. Just basically trust.
Yeah, that makes sense. If you can't trust me, there's no point of us being together.
Yeah.
It's basically as if I can't talk to you, then there's no point of us being together. So yeah.
If I can't trust, I don't know how far my trust line goes though, because I'm just super nosy.
Little Rudolph.
And I'm proud of it.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer. I miss Christmas. Had a very shiny nose.
It's coming back.
When
we first started dating, it was May, and then boom, December.
Boom. That beat just dropped, and it was December. Let y'all know this now. I wasn't doing the podcast at Christmas time. Oh,
nope.
Really? Why was I playing Christmas music that one time then?
Because you just wanted to.
I just wanted to play Christmas music.
I think it was January.
I started a podcast this year.
No.
Because okay,
we did a New Year's thing.
It's 20. All right. So what episode was that? 1?
I don't know.
You can look it up on my iPad.
Look it up.
Your second favorite. Why is you not popping up? Your second favorite teacher.
Can you hear me breathing?
A little bit.
I ain't as loud as you.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to do this.
Thanksgiving. So.
Thanksgiving? It's my first episode?
No, Thanksgiving was the second one.
Oh, nobody needs to hear that. And go to playlist. First episode.
I don't see the first one.
First episode was right here.
11 months ago. Look, I was with you with your hair that short.
November 14th.
Yeah.
So I was doing it around Christmas time.
Okay, sorry. I was wrong.
It's all right. It's all right. Well, we coming up on it. That's cool.
Wow. Was this the first one we did together?
Video?
Because I was wearing your clothes. Yep. That was the first one. Oh my
Seriously?
goodness. Yes.
Interesting. Our unboxing video was our first video we made together.
I don't know.
I thought that's what you were saying.
I think so. It was our first unboxing video.
What date was it? What's the date?
May 3rd.
Yeah. It might have been the first one then.
Wow.
Because then I thought I couldn't think of a podcast name, so it took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I came up with it. No, I helped. I just helped.
You think you up with the logo more than anything.
Yeah, I'm proud of that logo.
Yeah.
That's why I would love to have it on that hoodie.
Right. I want to one day. Get that merch. Get that merch. I need to start promoting my channel more. I'm so lazy at that.
I do too.
Yeah.
It's not just
you start promoting your channel more?
Ours.
It says just call me Nico. It says just call us.
Call us Nico.
Just call us Nico.
That would be cool.
Don't wait me. Honestly, that would only work if your name was Nicole.
I don't like that name.
Or like my name was Jay or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just call us Jay.
What's mine is mine. What's yours is mine.
Which is to be or not to be. With your phones on silent when the podcast is recording.
Quiet on the set.
I said, whose phone is that? But it gotta be you again, David.
What?
I don't know. David just seemed like a name.
How many of us have them? friends. Ones we can depend on. Friends. That's what I want to talk about next.
You want to talk about Friends? The show? And all you told your life was gonna be this way. And I have to joke you, bro.
You can't do both.
Love life VOA. We're always stuck in second gear. Go ahead. It's your background music.
I don't know the rest of it.
Your week, your month, even your year, but I'll be there for you. Even when the sun don't really shine, I'll be there for you. Ooh. When your card gets declined, I'll be there for you.
That is so embarrassing.
When your card gets declined?
That's never happened to me before.
I hope not, babe.
No.
Well, I remember that time.
What she say? Insufficient funds. She said that. Where were we?
My card did that one time, though. It was just because the card was all messed up.
Was that what was at the Micro Center?
No, that was because I was over withdrawing. Not over withdrawing. I was withdrawing more money than I normally would do. Mm-hmm. It was like $1,000 some. It was like, my bank was like, no.
Damn.
You do not.
On a fixed budget.
But they only allowed me to withdraw $1,000. So it was like, anything over that was like, you got to get that confirmed first. But that
was nice.
Yeah.
That's a good bank.
It's a good bank. Actually, good bank. Shawty in the bank. Shawty, what you trying? I got money in the bank.
If you're pretty cautious about Wells Fargo and
take a shot at Wells Fargo?
Bank of America, and they got a lot of stuff going on. I know. Do we usually talk about this stuff?
No, I don't never really pay attention to it.
It's not like
it's neither one of my banks.
It's not a touchy subject. So. Not like other stuff.
I mean, if those subjects have
But
hands.
if you feel bad about like not knowing where to go to a black owned bank. They're not gonna mess you up.
Is that like publicly known?
No. That's the first thing people think of. I'm gonna go to Wells Fargo.
I feel like if you started up a bank, you ain't part of the everyday class. You gotta spend a lot. You got to have a lot of money put in that bank first. A lot. Mm-hmm. Why did people think a lot was one word? Because we say it together all the time?
Yeah, I thought it was for a long time.
Yeah.
This is hurting my ears.
It is? Go ahead. Drop our headphones. You can hear me out here.
Yes.
So you good.
I feel like my hair looks too small.
Well, that's how life is.
I'll get my braids next week.
Life is too small.
I'm thinking about doing a tutorial about my braids. I don't know. I don't really do my hair very good.
Really?
I feel like
you actually going to try to record you doing it?
The braids, I don't know what they're called.
I know, but I'm saying like you actually gonna record yourself doing it?
I want to.
You want to do
maybe?
Really? When did you start wanting to do that? Let's talk about that.
Huh?
When did you start actually want to record something with yourself?
I've been wanting to record getting my piercings since I got this one.
You told me about that one.
Everybody keep asking me about it.
Like it hurts.
It was very painful.
See, one thing is about taking my camera everywhere. People are funny in front of cameras. They're like, "Oh, can't be doing that here."
Yeah, some people. But my piercer, he's pretty cool. So I think if I talk to him about it, he'll accept it.
That's what they call him?
As long as you don't put me in my piercer. I do.
They call him a piercer?
I don't remember his name.
Hey, you talk about piercer.
Yeah, I say braider too. I say I have a braider who braids my hair.
Yeah, a braider. I was thinking like, do they call people that they do tattoos a tatter? But no, they just call him my tattoo guy. Dude do my tattoos, or the girl does my tattoos.
But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of stuff on the internet, and I could be helping some people.
Could be. Every word counts.
Yeah.
To something. Even though if you're saying crazy stuff, it could go to the crazy. It could go to the normal. It could go to the outrageous. It could go to anywhere. Okay.
But yeah, this piercing hurt so bad.
You gonna show it?
Yeah. I
am. Ew. I don't like how high def that is.
That look good. That's good high def.
Don't
ill. Don't ill.
Viewers' discretion is advised.
But it did hurt. It didn't hurt healing though. So if you worried about that, it's fine. Just don't do all the don'ts. No, don't do all the don'ts. They give you a don't
do list.
Yeah.
They give you a don't do list.
They give you a don't do list. Don't
do the don'ts.
Don't do them all.
Don't
Basically,
do the
I know there's some stuff you're gonna do.
Don't do's. Don't.
You know, there's some stuff you're gonna do. Like they say, eat solid foods for a day. You might eat some French fries. That's okay. Just as long as you clean your mouth out real good. When it gets changed, it feel like I'm getting it pierced again for the first time.
But ain't nothing like the first time.
Hurt. But if you're like me and you take the pain and you accept what you do to yourself, you take that pain, because that's how I felt about this, and that's how I felt about this.
You took the covers you're made in.
Huh?
Take the covers you're made in.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, people say, play the cards you dealt with.
Oh yeah.
Just
play the cards you're dealt.
Yeah.
Play the hand you're dealt.
Play the hand. Yeah. Play the hand you're dealt with.
Yes.
Play the sheets that you lie in.
And my nose. I got my nose piercing. It's gone. But I got it done by an amateur, so she and my nose is so thick, and she was not strong, so she had to keep doing it. And I wanted it really bad, so I took all that pain. I ate it. She was struggling to get it in my nose. But hey, now you saw my piercing. Hey.
It sounded like the TV guy was like, hey.
He said, hey back.
All right. Well.
Oh, it's your turn to think of a topic.
Did we talk about The Sims last episode?
No.
We've been playing Sims 2 on the GameCube.
We played one episode.
We got an episode. We can record another one soon. When you want to record it?
We can go after we get some soup.
When?
Thursday.
It's so far away.
Well, people got to work.
But people need to something.
I got to stop by the market. And I got to make dinner. I'm making dinner today. So I'm going to do my homework and then I'm going home.
All right. Do what you got to do to get what you got to get. You know what I mean?
You.
But
I'm going to say this on camera.
But
right before our anniversary.
But
what?
Oh, our podcast drops on our anniversary.
The next one.
Yep.
Yeah.
You want to do something special with it?
For the podcast?
Yeah.
I want to get a crown and be sitting on a throne.
You want to get yourself an actual throne?
The queen of his life. Huh?
You want to actually get a throne? You want to rent a throne for a podcast?
No.
Just renting an actual
just make me
chair.
one out of cardboard box.
How about I get a nice chair?
Do you? Okay, there's this. Well, basically, I follow a lot of
it drops next week too.
Interracial pages.
Uh-huh.
With couples, and I follow a lot of pages that are promoting same race relationships. And a lot of men say they prefer black women, and there's a lot of men who are very infatuated by black women. Just like, oh my God, I love black women. Are you like that?
I love women.
I
don't really have I don't generalize it by a race.
I thought so.
Cause why? There's so much. There's so many different ice cream flavors. Why would I only like chocolate? Why only?
You want to cut that?
I like chocolate. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. But I like chocolate just as much as I like peanut pecan. As much as I like vanilla.
No. I wouldn't say that at all.
Why? I like cookies and cream too. Like a little mixed.
Okay.
That's not fair. You couldn't just be like.
No, I used to love other races when I was younger. But then I realized how they view. I mean,
But that's people.
Not a lot of black men view us very nice. Yes, that is people.
See, that's what I'm saying. When you start to try to put it in a color, it mess up your mind. Like
that's right.
It makes you be like one of those people that be like, oh, they're all this, they're all that. And you're like, I think you're generalizing everybody, and that's not healthy in a sense, because it taints your image of other people. You can't enjoy other people because you're just like, no, I'm staying over here.
Well, that's not. Well, yeah, I understand. That is true. I don't do that because.
Well, yeah, I don't understand.
I got a lot of white friends. I love it when white people say that. My best friend is black. So.
I finally heard somebody was on the news. I finally heard a black lady say that.
What?
She said that she has a lot of white friends.
Yeah.
Because it was thinking that she was stereotyping people.
It's a crazy world. Crazy.
But yeah.
If you going through some things, just know life is bigger than this. I was going through my own mishap, and I just thought I will probably forget about this 2 years from now.
Like embarrassing moments. I'd be so dwelling in them right at the time and be like, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Why did I say that? Why did I whatever? And then now I can't remember.
Yep.
But sometimes when they pop up again, when I think about it, I'm like, why did?
Man, so we had to do current events.
Yeah.
In intro to psychology class in high school, and my dumb self felt like it was okay to talk about Amber Cole.
Wow.
And I would never forget that. I was in a class full of seniors.
What is she
and
doing
I was
now?
the only freshman.
Wow.
I thought that was, I don't know, in my head I thought it would be funny. And then I thought it was what everybody was talking about. So I thought to stir it up in conversation. But everybody just looked at me like, you so immature.
Wow.
I was so upset. I was so embarrassed. I was like, damn, why I do that?
Wow.
That's when I was just saying stuff.
Oh, but that was like when we was hearing about her.
Yeah.
For some reason, I thought you brought it, like you were saying you brought it up recently. I was like, damn, I totally forgot about that name.
No.
Wow, that's crazy.
If you don't know who that is, you're too young to watch this.
I ain't gonna say too young. That would be interesting to get a general audience that's about my age. Man, I mean, kinda. But like the people I listen to on podcasts, they're older than me. But the stuff they talk about, I mostly don't. I don't understand what they're talking about. But they're funny.
Oh, do we talk about most things that they talk about? Like, our topic wise, are most of the people you listen to on the same?
Somewhat. Now, granted, I guess, some way I want my podcast to kind of be like the ones I listen to. Mm-hmm. They're goofy, they're funny, and they don't seem like they have to tap into other subjects. When they do, it's like at the time, and then they like maybe 2 minutes or whatever. But no, because one of them I listen to is about superhero shows, comic books, movies. They talk about it in depth. They take notes on it and stuff. And I could do that with shows since I watch them like that, but I couldn't do that with movies. I just probably would base it off of what I just saw. Like, it'd be fun to do that, but no, we don't. Yeah. Now, one of the podcasts we do, we kind of do it, but we don't. We're not that.
Oh, when we talk about shows?
No, when we just talk about random stuff.
Oh, I feel like that's what we're doing now.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing topics at you.
Yeah.
Like a curveball.
Exactly.
Curveball.
It's funny when
I need to sit up straight. I be looking a mess.
Yeah. I be looking like a turtle. It's weird though if I sit like this.
You look strong.
I be like,
all up in your chest.
Yeah. I don't feel like I'm too big.
This is all a disguise. Make your arms look all big. Your arms are not that big.
You alive? Look at that thing. Look at this thing right here.
You got a huge shoulder.
Look at this thing right here on camera. Look pretty good right now. Look at that. How you gonna tell me I'm deceitful?
You're deceiving us all.
But no, overall we don't, because the other ones talk about wrestling. It's stuff that I listen and stuff that I'm into. So yeah, obviously not.
Okay. You waiting for me to do something else? Why I gotta do everything? This is
You're the host.
This is your podcast.
Every time I do the introduction, I say, "This is your host Jada, and I'm the second in command, Nico, and this is your Jada favorite podcast." You're a jaded favorite podcast.
It's all about me.
If you ever made a YouTube channel, what would it be predominantly
It would
of?
be probably about uncomfortable things that people don't want to talk about. This is
think,
what.
oh yeah, we
this
did.
is what me
We
and Aaliyah
literally
was
just
talking
talked about that.
Love you, bae. You know. But that was weird. I know my face probably looked crazy.
We did.
But hey,
I'm
so what?
Just zoom in on that.
Don't do that, please. I'm not aware of my face, so I just do things.
I need to have a clip of you just do it with. Okay, I need to have a clip of you doing something stupid, just jiffing it.
But yeah, my podcast will be about uncomfortable things that people don't like to talk about.
Really?
Like when that man stands too close to you when you checking out. Why do I hear you breathing? Rude. Just rude.
I always thought about that though. I was thinking like, oh, I will. Well, that's why I always pride this channel to be something that you don't talk about, or not talk about, something that you don't be thinking about, or you don't verbalize. You don't You don't verbally.
That's cool.
Saying the same thing twice.
Yeah.
Don't verbalize
Mine will be rated R to the max.
I mean, but
Maybe
what you
even
do,
TVMA.
what you do, like I said, is it's not totally a thing people haven't done.
Yeah.
I think you're not exposed. There are people with like 3 million subscribers with those kind of channels that they just say whatever, and people like that.
Yeah, I like it.
But you it's a very toxic audience though.
Yeah.
And they argue with their audience, and I don't think that's not fun to totally. What?
I found something to talk about.
What?
It's very stirring.
How
much time we got?
We got 6 minutes. No.
6 minutes, 42 seconds, and 5
We got
days.
6 minutes until it was another 30. So we're almost at the hour mark for that. But then go ahead.
So, at work, people were talking about how women shouldn't do certain things that men do because women are held to a higher standard than men. You've already said, yes, that is true. Women are put on a pedestal and men are women. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what you said, but I know you said something like that women shouldn't. I mean, women are judged more because they're women. I know you have said that. And the conversation was basically women shouldn't do everything men do because they're women and they're held to a higher standard. I said that already. And something else, I'm missing it, but I don't remember. And she said that's hoish. Nobody's gonna call a man a hoe, and mean it in a negative way.
Yeah.
But when a woman is called a hoe, it's in a negative way. I don't know. I was
what is the
I was so happy with myself that I didn't say a thing, because when people say stuff like that, it makes me think like, you trying to say you ain't never have no hoe years? Ever? Ever?
Just like that situation, you take that so many places. It's hard to when somebody brings all those things up at the same time.
Yeah,
it's hard to process exactly how to tackle it, because you're like, yeah, in some situations or this and the other.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
It's like, oh yeah, just be a woman, be a lady, have some respect for yourself. So and then they was talking about Amber Rose, and they were saying like she had an interview and she was basically stating that it was okay to be a hoe. I'm like, I don't think that's what she was saying. I think she was just saying, don't crucify me because I want to do this. The same thing a man wants to do that. Like, and I'm like, yeah. Why are everybody all up in her thingamajiggy, and it's none of your business?
I would say the reason why I think people are in there is because she is a public figure.
Yeah, she is.
Not saying that it's right for them to do that.
Yeah.
But that's one thing why they're in there.
Yeah.
But I don't get why sometimes people be like, you need to be like this because you need to be a role model for, like, every woman's not a role model. Not every man is a role model. Like, we want to force everybody to be a role, which is, I guess, a good intentions, but not to crucify them because they're not being one.
That's weird, because most actresses have already done a sex scene or are known for their sex scenes, and they say that they're role models.
Yeah, I mean, but some people are role models in the sense of like what they've done or what they're doing Not what they've done. Very what they're doing is something to look up to.
Oh.
Not what they did to get there, or what they're currently getting in trouble for, or whatever. You know, but that's kind of the whole point of teaching somebody something, is to tell them what not to do.
Yeah.
If you have nothing to compare it to, then you can't really teach them anything. But like, you know, I don't want my kids to feel like they need to, you know, do something outrageous to get to where they want to go.
Yeah.
But yet there are people that did it, and they did it. But I don't want them to think that that's the only way.
Yeah.
And I also don't want them to do that either. So I guess it's a hard topic to talk about, because you don't want to talk down to somebody else. And, no, I don't ever want you to be like her. It's like, well, in some aspects, I get it why you want to be, because what she shows you now is the glamour side, and that seemed fun. But I'm pretty sure if you ask her, she's not enjoying everything about it. So you want to be better than her. It's what the point should be. You should always want to be better than the person previously. Because then what's progress? There's no point in being progressive if you're not trying to be better. See, that's why stuff like that I don't like talking about, because you have to keep going around your words and try to figure out exactly what you're trying to say.
That's what my be about, just blunt.
And that's fun about trying to say that with you, because eventually when I talk to other people, I can filter myself. It's filtered. Now it's a better way of explaining it, because like I spoke to you about it, not trying to put it on video format. And now it's like, when I'm editing, I'm looking at it like, I don't even sound right. I didn't like how I said that. But if I was able to do that with you already and then talk about it, then no. And that's where like I didn't want to do news stuff, because news stuff is like, I guess it gets depressing after a while, because you're just like, I'm gonna talk about this. And I was thinking like, if I ever get on news, it has to be like the new Incredibles 2 coming out. What people saying about that? They're like that. I would like to be part of that news media, or movie news or stuff like that. And it's just personal. It's just like, I like having fun with my stuff. I could go there. I could go there. I guess that's the point. But all right. Well, I get your point though. That's a thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
So what you want to do now? Did you feel like you said what you wanted to say about it? Go ahead.
I forgot what I was saying. Those niggas sound like. Did you get all out?
No, I was just making sure, because the video was stopping.
Aw. You got to change that card?
Might have to.
So many distractions when it's time.
Movie has been stopped automatically. Nope. I can't actually record it though.
Why?
Because I don't think I have enough room.
I don't like it when the camera cuts off.
There you go. I don't know how much you got left.
All right, well, take us home.
Okay. You sure you got everything out? You sure you got everything out? Nothing else.
Oh, like that's all I wanted to talk about?
Yeah. All right. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. If you like this video, be sure to leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you next.
That was smart. We need to figure out this though.